We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. They're your tax dollars, and they're being spent on trips for Baltimore City Council members. We'll look at how much money is being set aside and where leaders are going. It's been 1 month since the Brooklyn Day mass shooting. The new questions about how evidence at the crime scene was collected and if it's impacting the investigation. Topping your national news, Donald Trump indicted again, this time for trying to overturn the results of the 2020 elections. We'll look at what comes next in the case. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. Happening right now, a major budget hearing at City Hall. The Board of Estimates is set to approve a total of almost $90,000 for travel. Now, the city is asking for more than $29,000 for city council members and other staffers to attend the Maryland Association of Counties Conference in Ocean City. That's something that city council members go to every year. 5 council members are going, with the most money going to City Council President Nick Mosby. He's asking for more than $2,300. The city is also asking for nearly $5,000 to send 2 people to the National Association of Black Journalists Conference in Alabama. Taxpayer protection watchdog David Williams says the Board of Estimates needs to crack down on the amount of money spent on travel.
There needs to be justification for these trips and this travel, and they need to show proof that something good actually came out of it for the city and that it just wasn't a junket for some city council members and their staff. This is the opportunity of the Board of Estimates to put their collective feet down and say, this is it, we're not doing this anymore, and making sure that the travel expenses are reasonable, but the travel is also necessary.
Well, David Williams pointing to ways the city could better spend the money elsewhere, like improving aging infrastructure or retaining employees in agencies with staffing shortages like the police department or Department of Public Works. Mayor Brandon Scott is speaking about the hearing now that the Board of Estimates meeting is over. Let's listen.
Owing $200. We're talking about folks who had thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars of water bills that they've been able to get in. We're going to continue to do that, but we're also going to be very sensitive to the realities of the world, that people are still struggling and reeling from the pandemic. People lost their jobs. People lost their lives. People who were paying water bills in homes died, and now the person who was left there isn't in the financial situation that they would be if they were still together as a unit. We're going to be very sensitive to that and making sure that folks are paying their bills at the same time, because while many folks will want people to think that like the pandemic is over and the impacts are over, the reality is that all of us know that it isn't. People are still physically, mentally, but especially financially still reeling from it in many cases, and we have to be sensitive, and this grant will help us to do that in a deep way.
Mayor Scott, come back to your
All right, so you were just listening to the mayor with press availability following the Board of Estimates meeting. Fox 45 News will keep you updated on what the Board of Estimates did approve as it related to the travel. Alexa Ashwell is there. She's following what's going on and is going to have an update on Fox 45 News at 4. Today marks 1 month since the Brooklyn Day mass shooting that killed 2 people and left 28 others injured. Despite the time that's passed, so far no one has been arrested for the actual shooting. As Olivia Dance shows us, the collection of evidence is now raising questions about the investigation.
1 month after our city's largest mass shooting, and the killers are still out there somewhere. Here at Baltimore Police Headquarters, they are now doing a top-to-bottom assessment of how the department handled this case, and when complete, they will present their findings to city leaders. While there are still no arrests in connection with the shooting deaths of 2 teens and the injury of 28 others at the Brooklyn block party, there are still plenty of questions. Of course, the main question is who's responsible, but now some are raising questions about the collection of evidence in this case. On the morning of the shooting, the crime scene was still active, but crews had begun cleaning the scene before the evidence had all been processed. Retired federal agent Victor Avila fears the rush to clear the scene may have jeopardized key pieces of evidence from the hundreds of people partying there.
This is
the type of things they teach us not to do at the academy. Were they drinking? Did they use a cup? Did they use this type of possible DNA evidence that can be recovered? Well, if you get rid of it, we might never know, and then you have to rely on a lot of other factors.
At yesterday's National Night Out event, our Fox 45 News crew tried asking the Baltimore Police Commissioner for an update on this investigation, and he completely dodged our questions. But of course, we'll keep pressing for answers. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
11:05 now, topping national news. There is growing reaction to the new criminal indictment against Donald Trump. This time, it's for his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol and his efforts to overturn the election. Prosecutors say Trump tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power and stay in office despite losing to Joe Biden.
Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
Trump reacting on social media, writing, "Why didn't they do this 2.5 years ago? Why did they wait so long? Because they wanted to put it right in the middle of my campaign. Prosecutorial misconduct." But prosecutors say Trump encouraged the mob and then raised money on false claims of widespread voter fraud.
You'll never take back our country with weakness.
They don't have the smoking gun. I think the election was fair. People told him the election was fair, but they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that in his own mind, he actually knew the election was fair and that he corruptly then tried to undo the election.
Trump already faces charges in New York for alleged hush payments. He's been indicted in Florida as well for taking classified documents after he left the White House. Now, Trump is being ordered to return to Washington to appear in court in person and face these charges. That is set to happen at 4 o'clock tomorrow. You can get breaking news by downloading the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute alerts. Search WBFF in your app store. Happening today, Baltimore County Public Schools is hosting its second job fair this week. The district is looking for teachers to fill various positions across the county. Dundalk High School will be hosting today's event. It starts at 2 and it goes until 4. Still ahead, if you're thinking of retiring anytime soon, Iowa was just named the best state to retire in. Coming up, where Maryland ranks on the list and the state that ranked dead last. And is it a bear? New video is going viral, leading to conspiracy theories about the bears at One China Zoo. Many saying it's a person in a bear costume. Not that, that's the actual bears. But coming up, we're going to tell you the zoo's response. But first, new developments in the deadly shooting on the Rust film set. What a judge is saying about charges in the case.
Hour-by-hour forecast, temperatures trending up as we head toward the afternoon, but luckily humidity staying down. We'll slide into the mid-80s over the next couple of hours, and overall should top out right about 85, drop into the upper 60s tonight, and then a bit warmer on Thursday, also tracking some showers and a couple of thunderstorms as well. We'll track your full forecast, and we'll do that.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:10 now, taking a look at your social stream. A jury is gathering for a second day of deliberations in the case of the Pittsburgh synagogue shooter. Jurors must decide if Robert Bowers should receive the death penalty or life in prison without parole. Bowers was convicted in June of 2018 he was convicted for a shooting in June of 18 that left 11 people dead. 7 others were hurt, including 5 responding police officers. It is considered the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. You've got people reacting. Andy just simply said, let's see if we can get that up. He just said death penalty. Another person, though, saying there is no justice in revenge. Some think that, but it leaves hollow and more monstrous than before. It's a false path. There can be justice without revenge, and jail is no fun, actually hell. Well, a New Mexico judge says she will not dismiss charges against the weapons supervisor charged in the 2021 on-set shooting of the film Rust. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed is facing charges of manslaughter and evidence tampering. She is the sole remaining defendant in the fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Charges against actor Alec Baldwin, who fired the gun, were dropped earlier this year. One person saying, convenient scapegoat. Someone else disagrees, though, and says, nope, it's her job. Well, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating 2 Tesla models for complaints about steering. 12 drivers have said that new Model 3 sedans and Model Y SUVs have suddenly lost power steering assistance. In 7 of the cases, that just meant steering became more difficult, but 5 of the complaints say that it resulted in a complete inability to steer. Here's what you guys are saying. Eric says, Elon makes trash. On the other side of that, Victor says, could it be that NHTSA has been weaponized against Elon Musk for political reasons? What are the odds? Well, still ahead, it is crazy video, and it's going to make you do a double take. Look at that. It even has some accusing a Chinese zoo of trying to pass off a man in a bear costume as the real thing. Now, that's the real thing. We're going to tell you what the zoo is saying about it. But first, topping local news, the city's top prosecutor is raising concerns after a first-degree murder case was just tossed out by a judge. Why it happened and what comes next. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2, 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look outside. It's a great day for lunch outside. Things will be slightly cooler than normal again today, but that's not going to last forever. Coming up when the heat and humidity returns. 11:14 now. City State's Attorney Ivan Bates is voicing some strong words about the Baltimore City judicial system. This follows a decision to throw out a first-degree murder case before the trial even began due to a sick prosecutor.
Well, we're saying to the court and everybody, let's have some civility. Let's treat people the way you'd want to be treated. If that was your loved one, would you want a judge to dismiss that case for a one-day continuance? The answer is no.
Well, the dismissal came despite a request for a one-day stay in order for the prosecutor to return. As Shannon Lilly shows us, the decision is leading to transparency concerns within the judicial system.
Well, this dismissal is certainly shedding more light on that concern. Here in the state of Maryland, it's pretty difficult to trace what decisions are made and who makes those decisions from behind a closed courtroom door. And that's because audio and video recordings are not permitted inside that courtroom. And so we spoke with former state prosecutor Coley Stimpson about this. He explains further.
Maryland doesn't want the public and the press to have access to audio recordings of criminal proceedings. Last time I checked, the Sixth Amendment right, there's a Sixth Amendment right to a fair and open proceeding. It's a total lack of transparency. Nothing is available online, and Maryland is lagging behind almost every other state.
As you just heard, the court records themselves are also difficult to obtain, especially here in Baltimore City. It can take days to access important court documents, and that's due to an antiquated system where filings have yet to be digitized, limiting access to public records. And concerns over all of this were certainly brought front and center on Monday when Administrative Judge Melissa Finn denied a one-day delay for a sick prosecutor, and that caused the case of an accused murderer to be thrown out before his trial even started.
When you have judges who under-sentence or don't follow the law or take matters into their own hands and give slaps on the wrist instead of long prison sentences, the system breaks down.
Meanwhile, Baltimore City is expected to roll out electronic court filings by May of next year, but it is still the last jurisdiction in the state of Maryland to do so. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Coming up tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, it has been a month since the Brooklyn Day mass shooting and still no arrest for the actual shooter. We're pressing the mayor on the continued investigation. Juveniles remain at the center of the city's crime crisis, both as victim and suspect. New at 5, a look at the laws on the books and concerns from state leaders. Then at 6, carjackings continue to spike in Baltimore City. We press the Baltimore Police Department on a lack of transparency. 11:17 now to today's talking point. A zoo in eastern China is trying to reassure visitors that their sun bears, you see it, that picture right there, are not actually people dressed in costume. Now that's the real sun bear that you can compare it to. But rumors and conspiracy theories have been swirling on social media after videos of the bear standing on its hind legs went viral. Now in the video, the bear looks uncannily human. Look at that. That's the video that people are questioning. That looks like a person in a bear suit. I mean, waving at the crowd, the whole day. Look at that. Yay. Hey, people. So that is what made people question whether or not this bear was real. The zoo insists that the bear is real, and they say people just don't understand the bear's behavior. But then when you look at the actual sun bear, maybe, I don't know, it might sound crazy. In the past, though, there was a zoo in China that was caught trying to pass off a Tibetan Mastiff dog as a lion. And then another was found to put a golden retriever in a cage and labeled that an African lion. So, you know, you don't know. There's lots of reaction online. Let's listen. Victor says, we saw the dog one. This is 100% a human. So somebody in that court. Someone else saying, imagine you get a job at the zoo and you have to be the sun bear. So obviously they think it's fake. Another says it's unfortunate because that is what sun bears normally look like. They're so lanky and uncanny that it shouldn't be surprising how someone could mistake them for a dude in a costume. So when you look at a real thing, then you're like, well, maybe. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. I showed you this picture yesterday, and your first response was what?
Yeah, that's a dude. That's a dude. I was looking at the posterior of the animal.
It looked like saggy jaws, right?
Right. He was sagging. Okay.
Right.
If you're a bear and you're sagging, you're a man. Okay. That's a man in a bear suit, which was a funny joke years ago. In fact, someone called me that when I was in Dubai.
Oh, a man in a bear suit?
Because I had my suit on. I was like, wow, really?
That is too funny. Well, you didn't look like this, though.
I did not look like him. That is a man in a bear suit.
It really does look that way.
Yeah, it's a man in a bear suit. We're not now see, because that looks like a real sun bear, probably.
But it's the same one. So now those are real. So now we're showing
These
you
are
pictures
real sun bears.
of actual sun bears in the, you know.
But the one standing up with the protruding stomach and sagging posterior, I think it's a man. But hey, or woman, who knows?
It's fake, is what you're saying.
Right, it's fake.
Yeah, it's funny though. All right. Well, a wild discovery in Newfoundland. Meteorologist Justin Chambers showing us a giant iceberg in today's wild and wonderful weather.
Check out this video. This is actually an iceberg that is off the coast of Newfoundland in Canada. Yeah, that is just a crazy thing to see as you open the front door. Well, no icebergs here, but at least our temperatures are still going to be below average. And also we get at least one more dry day. Mostly sunny conditions for the afternoon, maybe a bit hazy at times. We are tracking some storms that will return as early as Thursday, so things change up a little bit as we head into this upcoming weekend. So your hour-by-hour forecast, low to mid-80s over the next few hours, should top out about 85, which is still about 3 or 4 degrees below average for this time of year. Now the dew point trend, notice that number at 54 degrees. That's going to be your dew point temp for the afternoon, and that puts it in the comfortable or pleasant category. Notice those dew point numbers going up as we head into Thursday and Friday. We'll get more of an August-like feel with the mugginess that will return. But low to mid-80s across central Maryland for your highs this afternoon, which is still below average, and we'll keep those low to mid-80s going for Philly and Baltimore down through D.C., even 76 if you're heading down the ocean on your Wednesday. Now, Wednesday afternoon, again, a few clouds here and there, a bit hazy at times, but Thursday we'll get more of that cloud cover rolling in. You'll feel more of that humidity, and we'll get those temperatures cranked up a bit. 4 or 5 o'clock on Thursday, we'll see a better chance of a couple of those pop-up thunderstorms. And then Friday morning starts off with some rain showers. We'll see a few of those off and on showers, possibly a thunderstorm into Friday afternoon. But by Friday evening, we should get all of that out of here, and we'll have some drier air back behind it as we approach the weekend. So here's your exclusive 10-day forecast. 85 today, upper 80s on Thursday, back to the lower 80s on Friday with some more cloud cover. And again, those showers kind of hanging around. And then notice what happens Saturday and Sunday. Those temps go back up, but we stay mainly dry. Also, notice the 90s on the right side of your screen starting next week and all the way for the first full week of August. It will feel that way.
Thank you, Justin. Before you know it, it will be time to send your kids back to school. Coming up, a doctor shares tips for dealing with back-to-school anxiety. And Walmart is adding new tech to its stores, the new TV screens that are coming to self-checkout aisles. 11:22, you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Walmart is adding more self-checkout lanes to its stores. And with it now, shoppers will get TVs complete with ads on them at the checkout area. Ads will also be heard over loudspeakers in the store, and you can then see them on digital screens throughout the store. There will also be product demos where shoppers can sample items. Walmart offers a lot of real estate for brands. With its 4,700 stores, 9 out of 10 Americans live within 10 miles of a Walmart. The countdown to school is on, and while the first day can be exciting, it can also bring a lot of anxiety. That is especially true for the little ones who aren't used to being away from their parents. Earlier this morning, a pediatric specialist shared some tips for families who might be struggling with separation anxiety.
First, we're going to try to do a trial run, and a trial run will be, this is before the first day of school, and we're going to let our child know exactly what it's going to look like, what the lay of the land looks like, what drop-off will look like. Hey, this is where I drop you off at, and we're going to walk, or if someone's going to actually come to the car and pick up your child and then walk them inside. But doing a trial run, when kids see what they're up against, sometimes that reduces some of their fears.
Well, Fox 45 News is your back-to-school headquarters. We're compiling all of the things that busy parents need to know to prepare for a great school year. Just click on the QR code on your screen to check out all the stories we've posted so far. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, the debate is heating up over proper house guest etiquette. Touching the thermostat, is that a bad thing?
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with collector Zachary Grant. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now. Trending now, restaurants in New York City are getting some new rules to abide by. Soon, restaurants will have to stop putting utensils and napkins in to-go orders. Instead of being standard in every bag, customers will have to request them. The same goes for ketchup packets. New York Sanitary Department says it's part of a new move to reduce food waste. What? You better put, Zachary, what's your take on this? I don't like it. What do you think?
I'm right along with you.
I mean, come on now. I'm in the car, I need a fork.
Food waste? No.
Lady T, I know, Lady T, you must be against it.
Oh, I'm very mad. You know I'm the takeout queen, baby, okay?
Right.
So listen, I'm very mad about this because listen, if you're gonna take out my fork, you're gonna take out my spoon, you're gonna take out my napkins especially, make sure you take out that little tip also.
Okay, all right,
let's go
there
tip
you
for
go.
tat here, okay? I don't want to see you put
tat.
Yes, I don't put no tip on there if you're gonna take away my fork and my spoon and all those things. I'm sorry.
They say you just have to request it.
No, but I hate the little button that you gotta like request it, but I shouldn't have to ask for it. It should just be a given. And I just feel like I'm under attack because of it.
Okay.
Put my fork in the bag. Stop playing with me.
Okay. Summer heat is here, and not everybody keeps the thermostat at the same temperature. Therein lies the problem. If you're a guest at someone's house, is it rude to adjust the thermostat? It was the recent topic on Real Housewives. Again, Zachary, what do you think?
I think it's rude. You don't go in anyone else's house and adjust the thermostat. I think that should be left to the homeowner.
You just coming in the house. First of all, what? Yeah, well, you coming in. Now, we might be old school, even though you're super young, Lady T. You're a baby in these streets.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Even Lady T as a young woman, is it still a taboo to just walk into somebody's house and change the thermostat?
Listen, if this is how friendships are lost, okay? This is how friendships are lost. The fact that you guessed that you could touch my thermostat is an issue. Okay, and I feel like if you want to keep your hands, I feel like keep your hands to yourself. If you want to keep your hands to yourself. Because you guessed that you could. Remember, you are a guest. You guessed that you could touch the thermostat, and you cannot do that. I don't like this.
This just tells me that we all raised old school. That's all.
Are we old school? But
you don't go in the refrigerator.
This is common sense, though. Is it not?
I could see some of the young people saying, "Oh, what's the big deal? I was cool. I was hot."
Oh no! If you don't pay these bills in this house, then you better not touch not a thing.
That's old school.
Listen, I'm sorry. If you don't pay these bills, are we old school?
I forgot you from the islands too. Never.
That's right, Caribbean people all day.
I want you to tell it. Is it rude to adjust the thermostat at someone else's house? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. You know how it works. Now, if you're thinking of retiring anytime soon, Iowa was just named the best state to retire in. Bankrate listed the states based on things like affordability, weather, access to outdoor activities, and retirement-age communities. Behind Iowa, there was Delaware, West Virginia, Missouri, and Mississippi. The worst states were Alaska, New York, California, Washington, and Massachusetts. Maryland ranked 42nd. Wait 1 minute. Now, wait a minute.
I'm so confused.
I'm from the Midwest.
Really?
By Iowa.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to do in Iowa. You can retire to Iowa. You want to look at some grain? Do you want to look at some corn? I mean, I don't know. Again, Zach, what do you think?
Ooh, child.
That first list was like, wait a minute.
It doesn't make any sense.
Iowa? I'd never retire there.
Mississippi?
I have
Are you
nothing against
kidding me?
Iowa or Mississippi, but
Come on
I
now.
never would think those would make it.
Iowa?
Yeah, I didn't.
I can't even say Lady T and Iowa in the same sentence.
You know what? Cause what? What? I mean, I just don't.
Was
I don't
Delaware
see.
on the list? Did they say Delaware?
I think they said no. Delaware was in
Maine?
the top 5, right?
Yeah.
I think it was in the top 5. Why Iowa? What is there for us to go there for? I can't name one thing that's good in Iowa, but I can tell you a million things that's good in Florida. Oh, look, Delaware is number 2. Okay, Delaware, and you don't pay taxes, so I definitely would retire there.
West Virginia?
My bestie lives there,
Y'all
not
live
West
West
Virginia. Mississippi is a guy I used to
Missouri.
talk to who lives in Mississippi, and I love saying, "Am I crooked-legged from the show?"
You're not saying it, but
From
you
the
don't
show
know
that. What's the series? What is the series with the strippers?
Yeah,
That's what we want to say for.
All right.
This is a good welcome back segment. I feel like this is great,
back,
y'all.
Lady T. All right, so Zachary, we're going to see you later on in the show. Lady T.
I'm going to be in Iowa. I'm going to Iowa right now. That's where I'm headed to. I don't know about y'all.
Still ahead, did you know you can go to Miami Beach without leaving Maryland? What? Coming up, we'll take you to a popular water spot in Baltimore County. And protect the things you care about. We'll tell you about a new security camera that has an advantage over all of them. Stick around. Be More Lifestyle. More Be More Lifestyle on the way.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
There are a lot of security camera choices on the market. Today, Stacey Bell is sharing a new camera she says has an advantage over all of them. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Noki.
I've been doing a lot of research on security cameras because you have to keep your home and your family safe, and there's always a sacrifice until I found the Ola Smart Security Camera. There is nothing else like this on the market. You want to know what sets it apart? The artificial intelligence, AI. You can talk to this camera, it understands you and answers you. I could say, "Hola, did Danielle come home last night?" It answers me and sends me a clip of her coming into the house. It can do that because it has body, face, and voice recognition. So you can program it to recognize your family members or friends who are constantly in and out of your house. It uses an app, so it's really easy to use. Another feature that we really like is the fall alert. If you have older parents and it's hard for them to maybe get into and out of your house, Ola will alert you if they fall. You can talk to them, you can send help, and tell me this, who isn't worried about porch pirates? There's also a package alert, so you know exactly when your packages were delivered. They really thought of everything. Ola was developed by ex-military officials, and every safety feature that you could think of in a smart camera, they really did it here. Right now, we're offering 30% off on the Ola Smart Security Camera. Head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
We have a multitude of water sports activities visitors can enjoy here at Miami Beach. We have paddleboard rentals, kayak rentals, and pedal boat rentals. So Miami Beach is actually located in Bowley's Quarters, Maryland. It's very close to also Middle River, Maryland. Tips for picnicking, especially on the weekends, show up earlier rather than later. They are first come, first serve. So if you show up early, you can typically get one. If not, picnicking here on the beach or in the open grassy areas is also a great time. During the middle of the week here, picnicking is pretty quiet. So if you don't like crowds, I definitely recommend coming to these beaches. You know, Monday through Friday, it's pretty quiet, peaceful, calm. Beachgoers can preserve our natural ecosystem by simply really cleaning up after themselves, not walking off the paths and designated trails. And if you see any wildlife, just let it be. You know, there are going to be snakes and fish and birds and things like that that might come into the swim area, come up onto the sand. Just let them be. They'll leave you alone if you leave them alone. So a new unique water sports program that we're actually offering is our Kayak Share program. So you can visit 4 different sites, Miami Beach being one of them, Rocky Point Park and Beach, Marshy Point Nature Center, and the Lock Raven Fishing Center. There's 12 different varying kayaks. If you join the program, you can take them out during operating hours. It's $200 per person, and our season kind of can vary between the different sites. So it can either be from Labor Day to Memorial Day at the beaches, and then May through September at the other 2 sites. We really need staff. We're hiring for cashiers, assistant managers, and lifeguards here at the beaches. If you're looking for summer employment, the best website to go to is going to be the Baltimore County MD.gov website, and go to the jobs section, and that's how you apply. The hours for Miami Beach are going to be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then outside of that, it's going to be from 8 a.m. to sunset. So we have an entrance fee. On the weekdays, it's $5 per person. If you're first responder or senior, then it's going to be $4. And then on the weekends, it's going to be $6 per person, and then that discount for the first responders and seniors is $5 per person. To learn more about Miami Beach, you can go to the Baltimore County MD.government website, search Miami Beach, and that'll have all of our different fees for entrance and rentals and all that good stuff.
Still ahead, it's almost time to send the kids back to school. Coming up, the hottest back-to-school gear to help them get ready for that first day back. But first, Barbie is all the rage these days. Coming up, I'll talk to a dad who created a special collection for his daughters. Stick around.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Zachary Grant has one daughter and a special collection of Barbies. He joins us now on Be More Lifestyle. Welcome to the show, Zachary. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, thank you.
So tell me, what was the reasoning of the inspiration behind the collection of black Barbies?
Well, my daughter was born in 1992, and that was the greatest gift that I could ever receive from anybody. And I was so proud to be a father and a dad. And just so happened that holiday, she was born in July. That holiday, I was in the store and I saw this holiday Barbie. I said, you know what? I'm going to start collecting just a holiday Barbie for her every day, every year that it comes out. And it just hit me there. I didn't plan on it because I was not in toy stores. I didn't have any children, so I was outgrown toys myself. So I said, I'm going to do that. And every year since that, I've gotten a holiday Barbie during the holiday season.
That is so crazy. So then what is the collection? How many are we looking at this point?
We're looking at 31 now because the Millennium Barbie, they had two different Barbies. They had the holiday Barbie and the Millennium. And they were two different Barbies, but one is worth more than the other.
So you're like a Barbie specialist, a black Barbie specialist.
Yes, somewhat.
And so what's your daughter's favorite Barbie?
Her favorite one is this one right here. This is 1992. The first one that I purchased.
Wow.
And as she got older, I asked her, I said, which one do you like the best? She looked at them all and said, the first one, because she was an infant when that came out. And she likes that one, you know, but she has 31 others.
I mean, Dad, this is so cool, man. I mean, I just think it's I have 3 daughters.
Okay.
And I haven't done anything cool like this. I've failed them. So, okay, now how old is she now?
She's 31.
Okay, so how long are you going to continue this? What are you going to do?
Well, as long as I have breath in me, I'm going to get one. Because I asked her, I said, Samantha, I said, do you want me to stop? She said, no, I look forward to it every holiday.
And you can't stop now, and it's so cool.
I can't stop now.
And so you went to the movie.
Yes.
And so you got your pink on.
Yes.
And so what was your take? Did you love the movie? How did you feel about the movie?
I probably would not have seen the movie, gone and paid to see it, but I wanted to be an informed Barbie person. So I went to see it and I really got a lot out of it. It's based on a lot of things that this country, how people think about misogynistic values and views, and how the woman has moved into primary positions in this government and in life. And that's how the whole Barbie thing started.
Wow.
With me.
People forget that, huh?
Right. It started really back in 1968 for me.
Wow.
With the Barbie, because my sister was a Barbie fanatic after Julia came out, and Mattel made the Julia doll, which fit Barbie clothes.
Wow, that's amazing. And so people don't understand, again, we talk about a black Barbie, there was a time when there were no black Barbies.
Exactly.
So that's why I think that's what's missing. People don't have the whole story.
Right.
But thank you so much for joining us and sharing. I mean, that's so cool. I'm so proud of you. How can people follow you and your collection?
Well, believe it or not, my friends, I'll leave that up to them because I'm on Facebook, but I'm not. And I'm sort of old school.
Okay, well, we're glad we got you here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so you follow me. If you want to follow him, you got to call on a rotary phone and you can find Zachary. No joking. Thanks so much. This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Care Summer Diaper Drive. Scan this QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for all our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Time now to check your weather with meteorologist Justin Chambers. Oh, Justin.
Well, this is a beautiful shot from one of my fellow meteorologists, Kellyanne, there in Orlando. And you can see that pretty shot with the sun rising over the water here, one of the beaches in Florida. You can see those clouds out there. We typically get those afternoon thunderstorms. No thunderstorms for us, at least for today. We got one more dry day with less humid conditions, so less Florida-like around here. Mostly sunny skies as well, but hazy at times. And then we're tracking those storms that will return starting tomorrow and even into Friday. So your hour-by-hour forecast looks like this. Low to mid-80s here over the next couple of hours, keeping those temps in the mid-80s for the 2 and 3 o'clock hour, about 3 or 4 degrees below average for this time of year. Notice that dew point trend too. 54 degrees is our dew point this afternoon. So when we keep dew points in the 50s, that means we've got that drier air in place. That's going to change on Thursday and Friday with more of that humidity coming back, and we'll get more of that moisture moving in as well. 88 is typically where we are this time of year. Most of us lower 80s, Elkton, Bel Air, Cockeysville, across into Carroll County and Westminster at 83 today. 85 in Baltimore City and Stevensville across the bay, and even 82 your high today in Annapolis. And numbers up and down the 95 corridor in the low to mid 80s. 76 if you're heading down to Ocean City. Great couple of days at the beaches. Friday does look a little bit unsettled with a few showers and a couple of pop-up thunderstorms rolling in, and that's going to be the same for us here in Baltimore. And you can see that on our future scan. So dry today, tomorrow more of that cloud cover, and also that humidity will build and our temps will be a bit warmer. That will help to fire up some of those thunderstorms in that 4 and 5 o'clock hour. And then as we get into Friday morning, some leftover rain showers, then a few off and on showers through Friday midday. Looks to be that those rain showers move out of here by Friday evening, so should be okay for the O's game as they come back home to Camden Yards, and then drier conditions heading into the weekend. Here's that 10-day forecast. Speaking of the weekend, mid-80s today, but upper 80s on Thursday, lower 80s Friday, but then we start heating up into Saturday and Sunday, and lots of 90s on the way next week.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Epson America, Epic Creations, Amazon, Roku, and Pilot.
It's time to go back to school, but how can you be sure you're ready? Digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here with the scoop on the tech and school gear that will help you get ready to go back for the students and the parents. What's going on, Mario? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mark. Good to see you. How you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm so proud of you. But anyway, let's start with the essentials. What are a couple of your must-haves for students?
Well, man, look, I partnered up with some great brands, and you're right. I can't believe we're talking about back to school already, but you got to start with a great printer, people. You can't have your kids talking about, Mom, I'm out of ink again. So this is the Epson EcoTank ET2850. It comes with 2 years worth of ink when you buy it out of the box. Prints high quality, easy to use for students and families. I'm talking ridiculous amount of ink, Mark. There are no cartridges with this. It has refillable ink tanks, which is really great. It also features wireless printing, scanning, copying, automatic two-side printing. Your stuff is going to look great. The schedules, the reports, the presentations, your photos, it's going to look fantastic. Another quick essential, obviously, but this is a really good one, is reading. But where do you get 40,000 books, audio books, and learning videos? You go to Epic. This is the world's largest digital library for kids 12 and under. They have it on phones, tablets, and computers. Parents can track their kids' reading progress, and teachers love the learning tools. A lot of teachers use this in the classroom because it boosts reading comprehension. You can even purchase a subscription if you do at-home schooling. And this fall, they're launching Epic School Plus, which will enable all schools, even those in Baltimore, to give students unlimited access outside of school hours, so kids have access to this at all times.
So Mario, making the kids smarter, but what about ideas for a smarter home?
Okay, Mark, the homes are getting smart really quick. This one is an amazing solution for Amazon packages. It's called Amazon Key in-garage delivery. It's a convenient and secure way to have your packages delivered inside your garage. So it's going to keep it away from thieves or bad weather. It's free for Prime members. Once you set up, you select in-garage delivery at checkout, and your package is the key. When a driver scans it, they get one-time verified access to deliver inside your garage. You don't have to share codes, keys, or open a door for them. So that's cool. And man, we're talking a lot about back to school, but another thing that you could do at home is when you need a break, you need a break. So the Roku Express 4K Plus, perfect way to escape. You can stream your favorite shows, movies, sports, and you can even set a vibe in your room now with the Roku Smart Light Strip Plus. This is really cool. You can place it kind of behind your TV to give you that vibe, or you can put it across your ceiling, and you can control it with the Roku voice or through your TV. My favorite feature, by the way, is Bluetooth private listening. That means you can watch something on screen, but hear it on Bluetooth, not affecting your roommate or your partner.
Okay, as we wrap things up, man, you know, I know I got some tools for kids, but also how can people get more information?
Okay, cool. Mark, this would have gave me better grades in school. Mom, believe me, that's the truth. If I had the Pilot's friction line, I probably would have done better. It's the #1 selling erasable pen brand. These pens are perfect for homework. They write smoothly and erase cleanly. No matter how many changes you make, your paper still looks perfect. And they even got a highlighter for vibrant colors called the Friction Light Highlighters, which adds emphasis to your writing. And that's erasable as well. You can go to our website for all the details at inthenews.tv. me, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Mario Armstrong. Send your Baltimore boy a message and I'll hit you right back.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Still ahead, we're talking etiquette when it comes to staying at someone's home. Can you touch the thermostat? What you're saying about it ahead. The summer heat is here, and not everyone keeps the thermostat at the same temperature. Herein lies the problem. If you're a guest at someone's house, is it rude to adjust the thermostat? It was a recent topic on Real Housewives. What do you think? We wanted you to tell it. Is it rude to adjust the thermostat at someone else's house? Most of you are saying, yes, it's rude. You know better. We got a great show lined up for tomorrow. Has artificial intelligence gone too far? It turns out some artificial intelligence chatbots are having hallucinations, what tech experts say they are, and why they may not be able to fix it.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMore